my earplugs in either. Can you hear me now? Been busy today. Busy. Hope you can hear me. You guys, there we go. Had to run in here and jump on today. I've been doing PI work all day long. I got a deer hunt I'm trying to get ready for, and I didn't pack up at all. So we have Louisiana Hunting coming on today as soon as he gets logged on. So I just ran in here, kicked it on, and forgot to put my, it looks like my, I'm going to try not to mess this up real quick. Oh, there we go. Supposed to be packing up for a deer hunt tomorrow that I'm going on with my daughters, and I didn't do nothing. I was running around being a private investigator today. But I got to make that money, put that good old cheap Biden fuel into my truck. So like I said, today we got Louisiana Hunting come on. As soon as he jumps on, he might be on the road. So trying to put together a video. I've been trying to put together a video for the last week now, but just been busy. So, but I'll get another video out of deer hunting, which should be interesting because it's just me and my two daughters. So, and they're bringing a friend. But we eat good, and that's all that matters. So we're just waiting on Louisiana Hunting to jump on. He said he was about to jump on. I know he was working. Said he might work late. So who's on tonight? Missy's told me I was muted. Saddle Tramps here. Smith's Tree Talking Kennels. Where you out of? Tree Talking Kennels, Smith? What state you from? What state everybody from? I'd like to know what states everybody's from. I'm here in Arizona, North Arizona. And I got allergies kicking up. That's why I'll be clearing my throat a lot. It's annoying to me. Where's everybody from? I know where Missy's from. She's been teasing me with some hazelnuts, flavored hazelnuts. So I'm excited. Never had hazelnuts. Brett said he might try to jump on later. I sent him the link. He's out there living the life now, running around. Virginia. Man, there's a lot of Virginias. A lot of people from over there. Good bear hunting. Better than what I've got here, man. I've been out. And in my unit, I will. I'll message you my address. I'll message it to Missy. I'll get hold of Nicholas and message it to him. or you can send me an email. See if I have it here. And then we'll exchange some ways to get hold of each other. My wife's all excited about those hazelnuts. I don't know if she's had them either. She's from Illinois. That's all she does, talk about fireflies. So, and corn. So, I've been going out trying to catch a bear, and man, I have a video. I was trying to put together a video where I was out there for 5-6 days, and about an hour from Johnny, I got sidetracked. Squirrel. We did catch a couple bears, and we caught 2 boars in one tree. And by the time I got over there, one boar came out, and there was only 2 dogs on both of them, and they took off after that one. And then when my dogs got in there, we treed that one. We only had like 2 dogs on the bear we got. My little brother got it. Wasn't a big bear, but it was his first bear. So, what do we want to talk about tonight? About the burn some time till Louisiana Hunting gets here. I want to talk to him about hunting in Louisiana. He has a YouTube channel, so we're going to see what he's going to bring to the table. Ohio. How is hunting in Ohio? What do you hunt there? Can you run bears, or they hunt bears? Or I just seen a thing where they had a line in Kansas City or Kansas, or someone sent me a post. Oh, Elizabeth posted it on her Facebook. So someone recorded a mountain lion in Kansas, I believe, Kansas City or something. So I think there's more mountain lion in a lot of states than we think. Oh, here he comes. Here he comes. Let me get him on. Dark where you are.
I'm driving down the road.
You said you might not be able to do it unless you're on the road. So
Yeah, my service is spotty too, Chris, so I may drop in and out.
You know, it's everywhere. I'm actually on Wi-Fi right now instead of my Ethernet cord, and it's doing really good for some reason. So I'm waiting for that to go. And my mic's staying on, so but telling everybody you is coming on. Why don't you just tell us who you are?
Well, my name's Jeremy Purvis. I have a Louisiana Hunting channel on YouTube, and I do a bit of everything, from running dogs to deer and hogs and whatever. I hunt whatever you can hunt.
Do you run everything on with dogs?
Mostly it's just raccoons.
Yeah.
I have run hogs in the past. It's legal to run deer, but they frown on it here. The hunting clubs are taking over.
Yeah, I'm not. Make sure my mic's on. We don't run deer with dogs in Arizona. And we have the javelinas, and we don't get to run those either. We can run coyotes, bobcat, lion, bear, fox, all that stuff. But I don't know. I don't know if I'd really be into running deer with dogs, to be honest with you.
I've done it in the past when I was a kid, but it's been a long time ago.
Yeah. I'm not saying my dogs don't run deer or elk.
That's what I say. I've got trashy dogs. They're actually not trashy. They're opportunistic.
No pick. Uh-oh. What's Brett's talking about? No
He
picture.
can't see me. Yes.
That, or maybe something I'm talking about. What you talking about, Brett? He was gonna try to get on, but he might be up in the mountains running around.
Well, it's good he got his ticker fixed.
Good, yeah, it is. He's a lot happier, that's for sure, grouchy old cuss. So you guys can run bear.
Well,
there, or no?
No. Well, we're not supposed to harass them.
Yeah.
But where I hunt, we have a saying. It's thin raccoons. There's not many, and which I hunt right next to a federal refuge and a wildlife management area, and they're not thin there. And we can hunt those places certain times of the year, but. So my dogs just run across them and tree them. So yeah, I treat 300-pound raccoons, 600-pound raccoons.
Sounds like California. There's a lot of 300-pound raccoons and foxes treat over there, I imagine.
Of course, I film it too, so I'm waiting on my ticket.
Yeah. It's always a gray. Even in Arizona, it's a gray area. You got a lot of guys that run out of season, but they're running coyotes. But
yeah,
I think if I was a warden, I'd follow them guys around and say, "Show me them coyotes. Let's go run some coyotes and see how many you can catch."
Well, dog's got a mind of its own. Yeah, we got shot collars and tone buttons, we can control some of what they do, but they still have a mind of their own.
If you
You
can
know,
see them,
if you can see them, I have a problem telling what mine are running on some of the times because they just. I got one that really likes bears. Now, knock on wood, about middle of summer. I got two of them eat up out in the cornfield.
yeah,
And since then, I hadn't had any bear races or trees lately.
kind of self-broke themselves, huh?
You're
Pot
breaking up on
beans.
me, Chris. I'm going through a bad spot. There you
Oh
go.
yeah,
I
I
can hear
got a
you
lot
now.
of those. I could talk some bad stuff about Verizon right now where
Yeah,
I live.
that's what we're on right now. Verizon.
Yeah. No, I swapped over because I did for my private investigator business. I did a group, a company thing, and I'm not real happy with it right now. So, but
Yeah,
so
I've got an AT&T and a Verizon phone. Neither one of them work.
all that money, 330 million cell phones in this country, and you can't get it right.
Right. Well, that's like some of the guys that I hunt with. They buy those cricket phones, and they can get service on those refuges where you can't get service with nothing.
That I wish I wouldn't left Straight Talk. To be honest. So what kind of dogs you running?
Let's see. I've got mostly tree and walkers. I've got one blackmouth terrier, and then one that is of questionable origin.
Does it hunt?
It hunts everything. He's one of the best dogs I've got.
That's all that matters.
you,
All that
you
matters.
call him, you can hunt him with a poodle. Well, I think he's a healer pit bull mix, maybe.
Huh.
That's kind of what he looks like. I know he likes to heal cows, and he's kind of retarded.
Oh, oh, there you are. Thought we lost you for a second. Oh, well.
I'm still working, so
Oh,
that's nonstop.
yep.
But like I said, he does it all. He tracks deer, uh, bays hogs, trees raccoons, trees bears, bobcats. He hadn't really messed with squirrels much, except for in the yard, um, or coyotes or rabbits. That's but he'll hunt everything else.
You have any? You don't have lions over there, do you?
Uh-uh. Nope.
Bobcat?
Yes, indeed.
A lot of
They're hard to
bobcat.
get treed. They don't stay treed. Yeah, quite a few.
Hmm.
They're on a comeback. We didn't have many when I was a kid, and back
Yeah.
then you couldn't kill one unless you trapped it. And now they've got a one per person year round, during the daylight hours.
Oh, you can't run them at night no more.
No,
Did you were able to run them at night?
no, I don't know that you ever could. And I don't. I'm not. I think that's a gray area about running them with dogs. Period. I don't find anything in the rule book that says you can or can't. So I know there's some people that do. I have. You know, it's incidental when I run them, but
Yeah.
I like it because it's a harder race for the dogs.
Yeah.
It's more of a sense of accomplishment when you do catch one, if you can
They're
get him
not.
to stay.
They're not easy. Might have lost him again. There you
Yeah,
are. You're back.
my phone rang again and cut us off.
Trying to get you to get to work.
Well, today's been a crazy day.
Oh, tell me about it. I had to. So I got up. I had to go to the grocery store. I'm going deer hunting this weekend. So I had to go to the grocery store. I had to do some PI work. So I had to hit a couple houses and take a bunch of pictures, and then that just opened a floodgate to some new information. And then I had to go to Game and Fish and get a duplicate license because they didn't mail it to me. And then I felt real stupid because when I got up there, I said, "Hey, I haven't got my tag." And they said, "Oh, so we have in Arizona they have a electronic tag option now."
Yeah,
And
we do too.
well, looky there. We're gonna throw Brett in here too.
Hey guys,
There
Everybody's
he is.
driving tonight except for
Everybody's driving.
Chris.
No, yeah. No,
it's
I had to
terrible.
run out to my trailer though and get logged on. So I went up to Game and Fish, told them I needed a duplicate, and they said, "Well, you have electronic option." So I checked my phone, and sure as crap, there it is. It's on my phone, my tag. So, I kind of forgot I did that electronic option. But that electronic option is a way for them wardens to track you really good. Because once you tag your animal, it even if you're no service, when you hit service, it will shoot that signal up and tell them exactly where you were when you tagged that animal. So,
Yeah, we just went to that too. They decided that those paper tags cost too much for the printers, so they gave us the electronic option you can do through an app. So
yeah, that's Arizona. It's really handy. I'm not gonna lie, but if you're a poacher, you probably don't want to do it.
yeah,
So,
well that helps a lot of folks around here poach because they're not required to carry around a tag.
Yeah. Yep. And then you have to. They give you a little piece of sticker you can carry around and write the number. I have a dermatologist pen, and I just I write the tag number on their hoof, or their ear, or their belly, or something. So, but what you up to today, Brett? You do anything exciting?
Just with the morning with the hounds. Of course, I can't hide. Told me I had to take it to my wife. But I can go out in the mud and out in the morning. It feels good. I feel really,
Just to be out.
yeah, just be able to go.
I think Brett's got about as good a service as you do, there, Darren.
Yeah, I'm 5 bars now, so we're good for a little while.
Oh yeah, I got 5. What it says.
Is it? Your audio was cutting out a bit. How your dogs doing? They hating your guts yet, or are they glad to be out too?
They're glad to be out, but they're fat and soft.
Fat Lori's now obese Lori.
Hey, Fat Lori's barking on a line. Now her price just went way up.
There you go. Not only is she a celebrity, she's now working.
Yeah, about to die of old age. Starting to bark on a line.
Nice.
That's all right, as long as they're doing something.
Yep.
Yeah. Like that guy told me, it was Henry McIntyre told me one time. Said, I asked him what that dog was doing. He had a dog he was going to give me. I said, well, what's he doing? He said, well, he ain't doing nothing yet, but he's not doing nothing wrong either.
Everybody says you get mad when they're rigging deer. I said, well, I just know they're rigging something. Now all I got to do is fine tune it.
Figure out what it is, yeah.
When I see a dog rig a squirrel, that makes me happy because that's a little tiny critter that ran across that road, and they rigged it.
Yeah.
Well, I had young dogs out this morning. Out before daylight, left the box to empty out. They started trailing. I thought I'll let them go, but I'm pretty sure it was a coyote because when they went up the canyon a ways, and then pretty soon it was a straight, fast race.
No. Yeah.
And I was talking to Ben later on. I told him, there was just a little part of me way down deep inside that was kind of proud of him.
Mm-hmm. Hey, they have the drive. They have the drive to hunt. You just got to fine tune them after that.
Yeah, it's up to me get them directed up to the right stuff.
Yep.
But I got a little female that's a female on wheels.
Yeah.
Like, if I can get her straight, you know.
I have a little, he's not even a year old yet, and it's Ben. And I thought Bella, his sister, was going to be a little better, but she's been in heat. So when I was out on those bears, he made that full race with those bears. He's not good at treeing yet, but he works his nose like you wouldn't believe. Like, he is just always has his nose down. I'm really excited for him, though. You know, and sometimes in dogs as puppies, it's hard for me to fathom how people go and pick a puppy, because I always raise my own, and I have the whole litter that I can watch for the next 3 or 4 months and see who's working and not working.
Yeah, I just raised a litter. I've got 2 4-month-olds right now. They're starting along pretty good. One of the litter has already treated his own raccoon.
Oh, wow.
By itself at 3 months old. Got video of it.
Yep.
So.
That little Ben dog, he made it to the tree, and he was smelling the tree and climbing on the tree. He just wasn't sure. He was kind of like, God, what is everybody doing? You know, you got a bunch of dogs running around, and sometimes them puppies are like, dang, they get kind of weirded out. Like, they're a little bit scared and nervous, like, damn, what is everybody doing?
Yeah.
So they'll pick it up, though, sooner or later. He at least runs and trails.
He's speaking robot.
I know.
In and out, you know.
There goes your 5G. Went down to 2G. I can't believe my internet's working so good. You know, you were saying you had some crossbred dogs. I know a houndsman.
I'm in and out on y'all. I have no service.
I know a local houndsman that has half Queensland and hounds, and he's out there catching bear. You know, I just it's kind of an accidental cross, but I just made a cross, and I'm really enjoying these puppies right now. And they're mini border collie and hound out of one of my best hounds. But I'm gonna tell you, I just got a video. I gave a guy a couple pups, and he sent me a video that he had a raccoon little fur, and they were tearing it up. So, but no one would give me a Jag Terrier, and no one would give me a Mountain High, so I had to make my own little dog to run around with me. So
I put a lot of brain in that hound.
It might, and it was kind of funny because she's a dog that dogs will breed her all year long. I just has that smell, and I've had her locked up before out of heat. And so you don't know when she's in the heat. So you got to really, really pay attention to her. And I didn't even know she came in, and she came in probably 2 months early because all my other gyps are coming in. And I thought it was the dog next to her who I breed with her all the time. Colors are all perfect. Looks like a little walker. And then their heads, they were really small, and their heads, they had these little bug eyes. And I'm like, man, what is that? I think we lost what's his name? He'll be back.
Yeah, lost him.
Yeah. And my son goes, hey, those are roosters. I said, why do you say that? And he says, Rooster, come here. And that little mini border collie ran over there with his bug eyes and funny shaped head. I said, son of a gun. But I got one I saved out. Her name is Stinker. And I actually took her with me hunting the other day, her and her sister. But they're little. They're not even 8 weeks, I think. But oh yeah, but they got great noses. There, he's coming back. Maybe. There he is.
I lost service. I'm back.
Yeah, I figured. All this money to cell phones and no service. So.
I can't see him though. All I see is like
I picked up a little dog back here a while ago. He looked like he could run.
Yeah, he's back east where it's dark still. So.
Yeah, it gets dark
What
here
time
about
is it over
6:40.
Yep. It's doing that here almost.
7:25 here.
Nice. You're still working.
Yeah, I had to drive about an hour and a half away to go and interview suspect.
How'd that work out? Anything exciting?
He admitted everything. Nah, he stole two 18-wheelers
Oh,
and got caught red-handed. So
in Arizona, they'll steal those 18-wheelers. They'll drive them down to the border, get them close to the border, and they'll leave them out there. They'll unload them. And then after they unload them, they'll leave them there for 3, 4, 5 days. And if no one touches them, they'll go out and strip them 18-wheelers down. So, yep.
yeah, that's what they do. Well, they'll just rip the VIN numbers and all off of these and reattach a different one and get them registered and use them.
Nice.
So
Where
basically like a chop shop.
where in Louisiana are you?
Northeast corner, right across from Vicksburg, Mississippi.
Northeast
You-
corner.
You do much hunting?
My ex-in-laws used to live there on Toledo Bend Road. I go down there and go fishing every day.
Yeah, that's the west side.
Yeah. Yeah. Lots of water in the country.
Yeah, we don't know nothing about that here.
I live. It looks like Arizona here. It's dry.
Really?
Ask John about
They're
that.
calling for a dry November.
Probably is.
Yeah. You know, they keep threatening us with that El Nino, and it never shows up.
Yeah, we're praying for hurricanes right now.
You sneak over into Mississippi and hunt at all, or?
Yeah, every now and then I go over turkey hunting, and I'm going on second, third, and fourth. I think they're having I know you're not big into the competition hunts, but a competition hunt over there that I'm invited to come to and film for them. So
Yeah.
I get a lot of views on those videos, so that's why I follow them.
It's big back east. We don't have nothing like that here this side. I mean, California has a couple big ones, I think, but Arizona, I go to a little hound trials. They have like 4 a year in the summer, and there's maybe 20 dogs, you know. Every once in a while we get crazy 30, 40 dogs. So
Yeah, they have that big $100,000 Jarvis Humphers Memorial Hunt right here in my backyard. So I went and filmed it. Josh Michaelis, he's been on Nick's channel. He and I filmed it, and it did real good for me. So that was an experience to watch a guy go from nothing to something overnight.
it happens. It happens in those competitions, don't it?
Yeah, and to watch his emotions, it was like he won the lottery. You know,
That's the guy who broke down and cried, huh?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And what's bad is, I know him. I mean, he's a friend of mine.
Yeah.
And he's not a paid handler. He raised that dog, or he bought that dog as a pup and trained him himself. So
that, to me, that's a hound
paid handlers. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of paid handlers.
How much did he win?
What, Britt?
How much did he win?
$100,000.
Oh my gosh, that's a world.
Yeah. $100,000.
That's rags to riches, you know, and that, to me, that's a houndsman. That's
Well,
somebody who took that puppy, you know, and made something out of it, and his whole career was that puppy, you know. So you learn that dog. You learn how to run a hound, I think.
Well, he's got two, and the other one that he didn't hunt is supposed to be better than that one. And he's got another guy that hunts it, you know, for him. You know, the guy works for him, and you know, him. And but anyway, you know, that was interesting to say the least.
Oh, I bet.
Oh yeah.
And it's
definitely, that's the first hound. There's not many houndsmen. There's not many houndsmen that make money in Arizona. We all spend money.
Well,
I
that's
spent
me. That's all
$100,000. Yep.
Sonny, I was poor. I mean, I feed dogs and I have vet bills. And you're poor if you own a pack of hounds.
I try my hardest to discourage people that want to get into hounds. I want to get into hounds. I said, no, you don't. I promise you, you don't. So it's not easy. Even if you go buy a pack of hounds that are made, that ain't gonna do you no good when you're running dogs.
No,
you know,
because you don't learn
if you have
anything.
The money, no, if you have the money to have a dog killed or run off or lost, and then buy another one, then so be it. But you will never be a houndsman in my book, ever.
Well, you got to know how that dog operates from start to finish. I like puppies. I like watching puppies develop and that light switch kick on and, go from something to nothing. That's what I like watching. Now, I argued with you at that point, don't buy a puppy. But if you got somebody that'll mentor you and doesn't mind you bringing a puppy along, then buy a puppy. And I do agree with, if you buy a puppy, you're going to learn from that dog.
Yeah, that dog. What is that? Trained by a hound.
Right.
That
See, I was raised by.
Whoops.
You went silent for a second.
We just heard raised, and that's all we heard.
Yeah.
You got to start over. We were raised by.
Yeah, I said I was raised by him. I was born into it.
Yep.
I'm a third generation houndsman.
I think if you're smart too, you wouldn't let your kids get involved in it till they're about 18 to 20 years old, so they don't get burnt out. My daughter's moving back. She's 21, and I said, you can have these dogs. And she got here, and I said, first, you got to train this dog if you want those dogs, because you're not going to have it easy.
Yeah.
And I gave her Ben.
Right.
And I didn't know Ben was going to come out that good. And I said, you're lucky because he's going to be a really good dog. You just got to work him. So, but all my kids are, I got 5-year-old little. Go ahead.
I said, that's like me. I grew up with it. And then there was like a 10-year span where I didn't have a hound, because life, young married couple, raise a kid, and then I'm like, well, he's old enough, he needs to learn how. So I buy some hounds. Well, then I got back out of it, and I was out of it for about 5 years, and I got back into it. So here I am.
Yep.
Train up a child in the way
Everybody
they should go,
comes
and
back.
when they're old, they come back to it.
Everybody comes back. I see people dump dogs in a
I have a little bit more knowledge than just say like Nicholas.
Yep. Hey, for Nicholas is he still talking? I think he is still talking. Can you hear us? I think he went mute.
No, yeah, I can hear you.
Oh.
Yeah, Nicholas, man, he's a guy who got into it and stuck to it and had a good mentor. That's a big deal.
Well, that's the key. That's the key.
Yeah. And it's hard for me. I'm not going to lie. I got a couple guys, and my patience level with people is not very high, and I just tell them, I don't care what they do, but I tell them what I do. It may not be right, but I don't know. I catch bears and lions. I may not catch 40, 50 of them a year, but I catch enough for me.
Yeah. I got a group of kids that I'll take, I don't take everybody, but I have my picks and chooses. My friends' kids, my cousins, stuff like that.
Yep.
Somebody wants to go, I'll haul them.
That's kind of cool, Brett.
You know what I mean?
Is Brett ordering food? You ordering food over there?
No, my wife outside. I scared said, I'm on Chris's live show. You want to get on? She said, no. And she ran inside.
Ran off. every time I turn my
That sounds like my wife too.
Yep. Every time I turn my camera on, my old lady hides in her hoodie or turns her face.
My wife, she'll just disappear. I mean,
I have gotten mine to film some, and I have tricked her and got her on camera a couple times. She's been on YouTube more than she realizes.
Oh, yeah, I get that. She'll watch a video and like, did you really put that on there? I'm like, oh, oops. You can become my editor if you want.
Yeah.
all right, guys, I got home. I'm going to get off here. I'm tired.
Time to go night-night. Time to go watch some YouTube. You got a video coming out anytime, Brett?
You know, yeah, I got one. I haven't filmed all of it. That I'm going to try to get done Friday. And then, you know, I was talking to this guy who's helping me. He built the website for me, and he's done a lot of stuff. And you know, I video almost every day when I go out. I video. I have for years. But
Yeah.
some of it, I don't. I just don't share it. So, and I've got a Patreon, and I got membership on my YouTube channel. And he was talking to me, and he said, "Why don't you just start putting those videos on this website?" And you know, just kind of a daily deal. What I do, like for the last 3 days, I've been out, you know, and different things happen. Like you're talking about, you know, that maybe some of the mistakes I make, other people wouldn't make if they watched my videos.
Yeah.
So I think I'll start giving them to him and just let him, you know,
Putting them together.
yeah, you can put them on the website. Get my daily deal, you know. YouTube's kind of funny. If you get out of your niche, you know, they don't know where to send your videos to. But, you know, you don't do any good. So,
Yeah. Got any advice for Louisiana Hunting here on his YouTube?
What do I always say, Chris?
Consistency.
Consistency
and tell
story.
You gotta have a story. You gotta have where, when, why, how.
Brett, you ruined 6 hours of my video telling me that, because now all that video I did before he told me that, when you got back, I'm like, I don't have nothing here. So I'm trying to make a story out of it, you know, and unless you go into it trying to make a story, people don't realize it's not just going out and filming and throwing it on YouTube.
Well, there's always a story. You just got to film it accordingly.
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't tell the story, if you don't share whatever your story is about where you're going and what you're doing, then all you're doing is making a sequence of events.
Yeah.
And that's not very interesting.
Yeah, it gets boring quick.
Yeah. So yeah,
It gets repetitive.
I don't know. I just happen to have been someone who filmed a lot. I started filming a long time ago. I just kept filming. You know, I'd put stuff up on, and I was fascinated with editing for a long time. I love to edit, and I tried to, you know, learn how to do it correctly and stuff. But the evolution of it is now, you know, I try to tell, you know, do something that's going to have a story to it. You know, and going out in the buggy, you know, it's really kind of boring, you know. It's not
your niche.
No, but I will share that. I'll give it to the guy who did the website. Just give him that stuff and say, here, you know, do what you want. And maybe if some other houndsmen or some guys that are, you know, wanting to learn or whatever can relate to it and want to watch it, and then maybe it'll help them out. You know, like I said, maybe not what to do, but maybe what not to do.
Yeah.
But
see, I've learned a lot about what not to do.
Yeah.
I think we all have.
Yeah.
It happens. I think
YouTube gets to be a job
Yeah.
quick.
real quick.
it's a chore. I mean, once everybody thinks it's easy, then you got to work at it. You know, you got to keep learning and trying to improve. You know, at least I do. That's kind of the fascinating.
I was
My
just that
biggest
guy.
problem is making something that I would want to watch. You know,
Yeah.
sometimes I just have to come up with something, you know. Like my video yesterday, I just had to come up with something. I don't have a big
Yeah.
plethora of
Videos.
material to go through, you know.
Well, I'm kind of excited now because, I built my business, and so I'm more or less retired. And there's lots of things that I've been wanting to do for a long time, and I just really did. I could go out and hunt, 2 or 3 days. Now, before, when I lived off grid, that was different. I had a lot of people working for me, and I had running my business for me. But here for the last 5 years, really haven't had time to do what I wanted to do. And I want to get on my mule, and I want to take a pack mule, and I want to go for 3 or 4 days and go look at different country and travel on the mule and hunt and, make videos about it.
I think where Brett goes wrong is he thinks he's retired, but he just switched careers. That's what he did.
Exactly. Yeah.
I think he needs to just tell himself, I switched careers and now I'm a YouTuber.
Yeah, he did what the overachievers did. He quit his real job, took on the YouTube.
I'm a year-old YouTuber.
Yeah, he's going to want to go back to work here in the next year.
Well,
Here I am doing YouTube and still working. So
Yeah.
I did it. Chris does it. Hey, but Chris, he'll quit a job in a heartbeat, won't you, Chris?
As fast as I can. I've been off work. Well, I had a big job down, but I was away from my house for 3 years. So I was the weekend, come home on the weekends, and that job ended. So I thought, I'm gonna come here and just do YouTube. That's it. And I did. I was doing videos, and man, all of a sudden my phone starts ringing, and I got these bigger cases, and you can't turn it down. I love being a private investigator, but
when opportunity knocks, you seize it.
it does. And we just took a big, that's what I've been doing all day, man, running around and all week. And last week I was on the phones taking, I had to hire a partner, a PI partner, and she's phenomenal. So she's like bringing in even more work. So it's like, oh man. So literally we were on the phone 4 or 5 hours a day, just trying to get stuff organized and these cases laid out. So
I bet that's fun.
It's been fun. It's funner now that I have somebody, because I was trying to do it all by myself, but like last night, I get a phone call, a text, and says, I got a stalker. Can you find this guy? And it was just a phone number. So I did. I ran phone number. I ended up finding the guy, and he was leaving messages and emailing her, or leaving messages under a name, a username. So I ended up finding all his emails and sending it to her. And I charged her half of what I usually do, but it only took me under an hour. And they had it to use it for court. But with the private investigator, I don't have as many limitations as a police officer. Police officer has to deal with 20, 30 people calling him every day saying stalker, stalker, stalker. He don't have time to take an hour and look it up. And I have all the good databases I have to pay for, So I have a little bit less limitation. I don't have a boss saying, no, don't work that case, And the lady I just hired came from another person, and he was kind of micromanaging. So I said, no, absolutely. You bring a case in, you work it. You work it. I mean, don't just go out, rogue. But me and her have, in the last couple weeks, just kind of clicked together, and we're just trying to make some money so I can go hunting.
There you go.
But now I can go hunting this weekend. And we have a case going on this weekend, and she's going to take care of it. We set out our goals and what needs to be done, and she's on it. So, yep.
Can't beat that.
We need to get him in our little group before we go live on Monday night.
Yeah.
I'll send share his phone number with me when you get a chance, Chris.
I will. I'll add him to the group.
Yeah.
That way you can yell at him. Take some of the heat off of me. Oh, Johnny will like it too.
I give John a time.
Oh, I think we all do. You know, he just needs to. He needs to get in gear.
I sent John a text last week while he's on his hunting trip, and I was like, yeah, this sapsucker must not have service or something. Then come to find out he lost his phone.
That's rookie mistake on a mule, putting it in your sweater.
Yeah. I love a hoodie, but I hate a hoodie.
Yep. So,
guys, I gotta go. Thank you, Chris, and hey,
no problem. Thanks for coming on.
Good talking to you, Brett.
Go to my website. I got a brand new website. I think it's up. I don't know anything about it.
Is it born100yearstoolate.com? What is it?
Yeah, born100yearstoolate. And I haven't even looked at it myself. The guy who there's guy that built.
You see it.
Anyway,
does that look right? Does that look right?
What's that?
I have to check it out.
Born100yearstoolate.com.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway,
give me just a second, guys. Good talking to you, Brett. I'm fixing to get out and get this girl her keys.
We'll see y'all later. Chris,
all right, Brett. Thanks for coming on.
You bet.
All right.
Well, damn it.
Gotta love working late.
Man, don't you know it? I got 2 puppies at the house that are like, come let us out. We want to run.
I'm puppy rich right now. I gotta train, you know, and I hadn't even had time to edit a video. I edited it for about 3 minutes today, and I had to do a conference call with a client, and she's like, we got to do I'm like, I'm going on at 5, so it has to be like now. And it was 3:00, you know, so.
All right, bear with me, Chris, because
right.
I'm in the truck and I don't have a stand for the phone. So I got to write this lady a receipt.
All right, you guys get over there, check out Brett's new website, born100yearstoolate.com. I hope I put it right. Don't know if I did, but I'm sure you guys can search it up. Comments. What else we got? Anybody commenting? Slow tonight.
I can't see the comments, so.
You got to click the little comment button. No one's really commenting. This is the less I've had on. So, and then I forgot to post it this morning. I should have posted it this morning. And like I said, man, I've been busy running around, and I was supposed to go out hunting this morning. Oh, and I got my son and my daughter-in-law are in the hospital, and they're trying to have a baby. And poor girl's been in labor since yesterday. And he just texted me if I could feed his dog. So I don't think she's had that baby yet. I told him, I said, hey, does she know if it snows tonight, we're going line hunting in the morning? And he says, she better.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Saddle Tramp's starting trouble.
What's
he says, saying? Do they have acorns or acorns in Louisiana?
Ask him what he thinks.
What do you think, Saddle Tramp? Acorns or acorns?
Acorns.
Hold
on just a second, Chris.
All right.
Let me get out and give her these keys. She's been waiting on me for the last 30 minutes.
Do they have acorns or acorns? Acorns in Arizona. There ain't a soul in Arizona that's going to call them acorns. So, yep. What do you call them there, Saddle Tramp? Acorns? Acorns or acorns? I didn't have many acorns this year, or acorns, or mast. I've never heard of mast. Me and my son kind of poke fun at that mast now. Every time we get in, we just went and free casted a bowl where we caught those two bears. See if I catch that big ugly one. And he looks like we call him Fat Bastard, like off of Austin Powers, because he has this red beard. I don't know if I could. I don't have a picture of him on my computer where I could pull it up. Plus, I don't know this program too much to pull it up. But he's an ugly old. You can tell he's old. He's not a big bear, but he's ugly, and he's just old ugly bear. And then when I took the picture, he has this red beard that looks almost like an Amish beard that comes around his head. So we nicknamed him the Fat Bastard. So, but I didn't have many this year. We didn't have enough rain. My mushrooms, I didn't get to pick, and I killed the lobster mushrooms up here. And last year we got a lot of them, and this year nothing. I don't know how everybody else is. Oregon, oh, Missy, you get any mushrooms over there in Oregon this year, or if you pick mushrooms? Man, I get nothing. We don't got morels over here like they do everywhere else. I don't think it's wet enough. But we get the, I don't remember the name of it. But the lobsters, I know where those lobsters grow really good. And I love the lobsters. They're really meaty. Any of my friends having me? Not yet. Well, they haven't retained me to yet. But man, I'll sell you an insurance plan. If they do, I'll let you know first. I don't know if that's legal, but it'll make me some money. Chantel's. Where are you finding those at? Chanterellas. That's the white ones with the spongy bottom, right? Am I right? There's Molly. There's my girl right there. My partner in crime. None. Is it why, Missy? Is it because there's no moisture? I know August, if we get a good rain in August and that heat index just gets up there, and then like even in October right now, it was 82 degrees. If we would have got some good rain this month, that 8, and then at night maybe, and then in the day at 80, we'd have had some mushrooms. But I haven't found none at all. There's just no mast, is what you want to call it, for the bears to eat. No acorns. I found a dead elk, and usually they'll eat on that dead elk, and the coyotes ate on it. And that was it. And I caught a bear, not maybe 600-700 yards from that. And I figured that little bear would be in there. There's a little bear. And I thought he'd be in there eating them. Chantel's and bright orange. What's a bright orange? Tell me, Brarely, what's a bright orange? Is that a certain kind of mushroom, or is that what chanterellas are? I think the chanterellas, I think I know what you're talking about. I had a game warden show me those. See, chanterellas don't come up for a couple more weeks. What elevation? Like my lobsters, I'm getting up at about 6,000 to 7,000 on elevation. So, and do you have to have a good heat? Going to mushrooms now. Talking about mushrooms. I wish I knew more about mushrooms. I know a couple I can pick and eat. The lobsters are one of them. And you have to get those quick or they'll sog out. But, man, we found a honey hole of them. And I want to say that it was in October. So, the bright orange ones. Zoe, are you talking about the, they are bright orange, no white, the chanterellas? Well, I think I have to see a picture of them. I think I call those lobsters. Is that different? Let me look. I'm gonna look it up real quick. See if that's what I'm talking about. Sometimes I just give names and stuff. Someone told me it was lobster, and that's what I got. Oh no, chanterelles. No, the lobster mushroom. Let me see if I can pull the lobster mushroom up. I hope you can eat them. I've been eating them. Lobster mushroom. So the lobsters. Let me go to the images here. These lobsters, they're really bright orange too. So they kind of look like that. Oh, light. So that's a lobster mushroom, and I have a whole bunch of those in a road up here, and no one picks them except for me. There are brown. I think I kind of know where you go, Bradley. I'll have to get hold of you. You have to come up here and hunt one day. You still got that fancy Jeep, orange Jeep or green Jeep? Dog trucks. That's what we need to talk about, dog trucks. I think Bradley had what was that, a Jeep Cherokee? You cut the back out, if I remember right. You still got that? We can listen to his conversation. See what they're talking about. He should have muted me. Maybe I'll mute him so he's not so much in the background. I just got to remember to unmute him. Do you do a lot of mushroom hunting up there, Missy? Man, I wish I knew more about mushrooms. I got to find one of them herpetologists or those people that could walk you around and tell you what you can eat. I had a lady, and she was like 150 years old 10 years ago. So, and she was great. Told you everything, hollyhock, everything. She would go through in where you lived and tell you exactly what you could eat. The juniper berries, the hollyhocks, the roots, what you do, the thistles, the thorn, Russian thistles, which my daughters, if anybody knows what a Russian thistle is, they so you pull the little fur out, and you can make fire with them too, real quick. If you ever, when they kind of die out, you take that little fuzz off a Russian thistle, and you can take a little igniter, magnesium, and it'll light that quick. But my daughters, every time we get around them Russian thistles, they want to pull those out and eat the little seeds in the bottom. It's supposed to be good for your liver, but they eat like 2 or 3 of them. The mushroom group. I need to find one here in Arizona. It's just a fact of maybe dealing with other people. I'm not real good at. Rarely. Yep. XJ MJ combo. Let me unmute.
Back, dude. I'm gonna get out of the way and quit working for tonight. Tired of working.
If you're as bad at running dogs as me and you have to try to learn other stuff like collecting mushrooms, I'm pretty bad.
Well, use these trashy dogs. That's the answer to that. And then you can learn dogs.
Let me tell you about trashy dogs too. And my dad had some dogs, and he thought he had some trashy dogs, and he thought they were trashing elk, and they ran off, and his GPS didn't work, and he went back to camp and ate and said, I got to go find my dogs. He was supposed to be headed out and didn't get to head out. But he was trying to find his dogs and went back. GPS picked him up in a spot, and then he kind of walked in, he heard him and walked in, and they had 2 boars treed, and it was only 2 dogs in one tree. And he actually sent me a text saying, hey, I'm over here, but there was no picture. And I'm all, what does that mean? I'm over on this road 500 yards. And then the picture came through. We had kind of bad service. Picture comes through, and it's a bear. But so I called him on my way. I said, well, I'll load up dogs and come over there. And, he had 2 dogs with 2 bears. Well, I was on the phone with him. He's like, "There's 2 bears there." He thought it was just kind of one bear how they was positioned. He didn't see the second bear behind him. He thought it was just a big long bear. Well, that bear came down while I was on the phone with him, took off. So we got there and let dogs go, and we had that other one treed like 800 yards away. And then that first one, they were both boars, which was weird. I would have swore it would have been a sow and a cub, but it wasn't. One was about 150 pounds. The other one was about 200 pounds. So
we got one that he's been a regular on my channel. He weighs about 600. No joke. I mean, I've been around a lot of 500-pound bears, so he's 600.
Eating them trash cans.
Corn.
Oh, I bet.
He climbs up in the grain cart and just sits there and just gorges himself.
Oh.
But
and they don't chew it and grind it either. They just have to swallow it whole. They barely chew it, I bet. And that corn,
and it comes out looking the same
like
as it went
corn.
in.
So how do they? It's like, how do they get anything out of that?
All they get out of it is just a little center white piece.
That's crazy.
When the squirrels cut it, that's all they cut out of it.
Huh.
Like a little yellow horseshoe. But
all that work.
He is been harassed many a night by my mutts. But we ain't seen him this year. I don't know what happened to him. We had a lot of fun with that old bear.
Probably died of heart disease, obesity.
Well, I figure he got type 2 diabetes, but he probably had to slim down because we're in a CWD zone and we're not allowed to bait deer. So, whereas before we were, so the corn feeder has not been, or that grain cart hadn't been filled up in 2 years. So there was a little corn left in the bottom of it last year, and he stayed on it.
God. Jeremy, what part of Louisiana are you from? That's from Brandon.
Northeast.
Over there by Mississippi. You guys got a lot of water over there? Lakes, whatnot, rivers?
Yeah, it's what we consider bottomland hardwoods. It's mostly flat ground, but you have little ridges, and then there's sloughs between the ridges, which is just low spots that fill up with water in the wintertime.
Yeah.
So in the wintertime, it's pretty much wet here.
I wish we had some water. I'm in North Arizona, and I think we have the Blue River and the Black River, but it just, Arizona, we have washes, not streams or creeks or nothing. I wish we had more water. And then, they're sucking so much water out of the ground these days. I believe that Phoenix sucks so much water out, it's just dropping our tables everywhere. So,
yeah. Well, I'm sure ours has been dropped. This summer has been dry. We probably got maybe 2 inches of rain all summer. That's unusual.
That is crazy. We got a lot of rain in the spring. I was surprised, but our monsoons, they just weren't very good. I thought we were going to get some really hardcore monsoons, and we did not. So, well, what else you got for us?
Yeah.
YouTube. You got your YouTube channel. How's that going?
Yeah. Finally made 1,000 subscribers 2 weeks ago, week ago, something like that. Only took 3 years.
It's tough. Oh man, I think I'm at 2 years, and man, I really had to push for it. So I even gave away, which I still got to do. I even gave away a hunt or a ride. So
yeah.
I just got to figure out how to do that legally and all that good stuff. I don't want YouTube all mad at me. And then I gave away some soap, which I thought I was going to get home from not working. I thought I was going to be able to do a lot of stuff. And that soap's still sitting there in my bathroom, ready to go out. And I got to go back to that video and find the first 20 people that commented and get it sent out and get a hold of everybody. So
I did
It's just been.
I had 10 custom raccoon squallers made up, and I gave one of those away.
Yep.
And did a comments drawing where a random comment drawer.
Yeah. I know there's a couple rules on YouTube where you're not supposed to do this or that. So I'm not really one to follow rules either. So I got to put everybody on a one of those wheels and spin it and see who wins. So I'll have to do it on my live here or something.
Basically, yeah, you can.
Yep. So
Put your computer up behind you.
yeah. Yeah. Well, I could share my screen or something. I don't know. I'm not real techie. Just when I started editing, man, I ended up buying an editing program, and I watched my first videos. I'm like, gosh, dang, those aren't very good. So
yeah.
But Brett kind of got me into it. I watched him. I'm like, man, I do the same thing. I'm just gonna record some stuff, throw it on there. If people knew what it is to edit, video edit, I mean, just try to make a little money back, because it ain't cheap. So he froze up on us. He'll come back. There you go. You're back.
The woods or water or whatever. Yeah, I'm jumping signal again.
Yeah.
But all that camera equipment ain't cheap.
Oh no.
Paying for editing software.
Yep. And the time it takes to edit. People don't realize I'm not fast, and I don't know how those editors do it sometimes, man.
Well, a normal video, just a regular old video of me and my dogs takes me about 3 to 4 hours on editing.
Mm-hmm.
But one like that at $100,000 hunt, man.
Days.
I think I was on my computer for like 10 hours trying to get them out, because I try to put the first night out on Monday, and then the second, the main event on Tuesday. Well, when the hunt is all night Saturday night, you get into bed at 5 that morning on Sunday. Yeah, that's crazy. 10 hours.
Yep.
And then another 10 the next day.
Which hunt was that? Was that the big one?
Yeah, that was a lot of editing on it, other than mostly the walking, to and from trees. I mean, but you got to watch the whole entire thing all over again to get all the calls and try to edit in.
Yep.
You can't hear everybody, so it's crazy.
Cutting out all the cuss words.
Crazy. And then I've got that's $50 edit fee. $50 edit fees.
Yep.
But I've got a peanut gallery that I go to find out, hey, what do I need to do different, and they generally help me out on stuff like that.
Yeah. Yep. So, well, you're about to get another one, I think.
Yeah, I got. Oh, maybe.
Oh yeah,
maybe.
Brett likes to get on you about it. I tell you, he gives me a lot of good advice. I wouldn't be where I was today without Brett.
I like advice, because that's the old saying, iron sharpens iron.
Mm-hmm.
We learn from each other. If you can't learn something today, then it wasn't a good day.
Exactly.
If you spend every day of your life learning something, then you've done something good that day.
Yep. Yep. Well,
I'm trying to do my thing.
That's all we can do.
And watch y'all and help Johnny harass you.
Oh, Johnny loves to harass me. Loves it. But he has a new respect for dry ground. I guarantee that. Oh, you're roboting right now.
So,
There you go. Say that again. You're back in service.
yeah, I'm getting down here. I said, jealous of y'all because we don't have the same opportunities y'all have. Something
Yep.
like you told me I was crazy from going from sea level to 13,000 feet.
Yep.
Something
You got to do
different.
what you got to do to
You
hunt.
only live once.
Yep. So, well, shoot, man, I appreciate you coming on.
I'm fixing to get out of here where I can stop.
Yeah, that service. Molly knows. The lady that's on right now, man, we have horrible service trying to communicate. I'm trying to watch her on doing our job. You know, I have her on location, and it's so tough right now. I don't know what they're doing with this. I don't think this 5G is working like it's supposed to. It's too busy throwing out microwaves, killing all of us, I guess. So, but I think you froze up again on us. There you go. You're back, baby. So, well, Jeremy, I do appreciate you coming on.
Well, I probably lost.
You're in and out. I gotta go carve some pumpkins tonight, anyways.
Yeah, I'm getting down here.
So,
Well, I got to go feed dogs. I ain't even made it home yet. I appreciate you having me on here. We'll have to do this again.
I'll get
when
you on.
I can sit stationary and y'all can see me.
Under a tower somewhere. All right, Jeremy, I appreciate it, and we'll get you on again. Can you hear me now? You're in bad service now.
Yeah. I'm in God's country.
Yes, sir.
Where this
right.
cell phone doesn't work.
Yep.
And my office can't get me.
That's the best spot. You don't have to go to work now. So, well,
Yeah.
you have a good night, Mr.
We'll see
Jeremy.
you. Appreciate it.
No problem.
You too.
All right. All right. It's hard to get people on, especially time difference. He's 2 hours ahead of us right now. So getting him on, and it's only 6:00 here where I'm at, but I appreciate everybody jumping on and trying to listen to what we talk about. We had Brett on for a little bit, and he was running around his buggy this morning. He'll be back on his mule soon enough. But I appreciate everybody taking a little bit of time, watch us, and we will be back next week. Monday, I'm going to try to jump on Monday. I might be home by then. I'm going to jump on. Brett's going to host it on Interviews, Stories, and Tales. I will be deer hunting. So if I can find me a mountain and climb up it, if I'm still out there, hopefully I tag out and get home and go do some more bear hunting. And then should be on next Wednesday. I should have some videos coming out. I did download one, and I have kind of a part 2 and 3 and 4 probably. I have 6 hours of video. It ain't nothing exciting because we ran for 5 or 6 days, and man, I just couldn't catch nothing. Next weekend after that, we did catch a couple bears in a tree, and I got some video of that, so I'll get that put out. And then it's about to be lion hunting time. It's cooling off. I heard someone where I hunt that lion down South Arizona, they seen a lion. They know where that lion is. They have seen the lion, or someone's seen the lion down there. So I'm going to go down there and try to catch it. I hope everybody has a good night, and I enjoyed doing this for you guys. And if you guys ever want to know what, or want me to talk about something or bring something up, let me know. Just email me right there. And write that email down and give me an email if you want me to, or if you know any good guests that'll get on there and tell us some stories that we might not believe. But until Monday, I hope you guys have a good weekend, and guys keep your powder dry and stay safe out there.